Hi guys, it's Debbie from My Vagabond Style, and I just thought I would show you what I was working on today. I need some more pretties for my journals, so I thought I'd show you these clusters. And they're nothing new, it's just kind of the way I do it. And I did watch Jessica Rapp from Two Silver Oranges. She's got the same system, and I don't know if she came up with it or who came up with it, but it's super easy and you can make a lot of them real quick, and they're just really pretty. So what I use them for is, say you put this on the page here, and then maybe I might just glue it from here to here, and then I would use it maybe as a tuck spot here. Or you can actually just make the clusters and use them to decorate the page. Maybe you just glue the whole thing on there. So they're just really pretty. And like I said, they go together really quick. And then let me show you what process I use. I'll put these aside for now. What I do is I gather up my supplies, and so this would be my base layer. This would be the first layer that I put down, and then I build upon that. So I'll choose something out of here, and maybe I'll change the size of it or whatever. But then the next step would be, I'll kind of lay this one out here so you can see it as we're going here. So the next step that I would do would be to grab a book page, and without thinking too much, just put a book page underneath that, just slightly smaller so that you can see the back. And then the next step, so I have everything laid out in different bowls and ready to go. So then the next step I might, and there's no like right or wrong to this, but this just, if you've never done these before, this might be an easy way for you to do it. So the next step I would probably do is grab maybe a piece of lace for texture. You can use lace, or you can use, let me show you this bowl that I have here. So I've got all kinds of just things off, snips of things that I've been working on, and I just keep them in that bowl. And then after that, I like to put a little bit of this fluff in here. So I would probably just take my scissors and cut some of that off. And then at that point, I would find a focal point. So I have a dish here, and I've put like butterflies in here, some floral. You could fussy cut things and put it in here. Here's a butterfly that's been fussy cutted. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus here. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus, but let's try this. There we go. So, or I might try throwing a stamp in there, something like that. So let's just carry on here. All right, so then I've got these items here. And at this point, to make it really easy, you could just staple it and then hide the, excuse me, hide the staple with your focal point. So say I did that, and then let's see, what do we want to put on this one? We could even just do this butterfly. So at that point, I would just go ahead and glue the butterfly on. Now, sometimes if I'm not sure what what kind of aesthetic I'm going with on my journal, I may just leave these just like this, and I'll have, 15 or 20 just like this without a focal point. But I kind of want to get some done, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now that's great just the way it is. There we go. I'm liking that. And then if you wanted, you could even add a little bit of bling to it. So I have my little tray of bling. And maybe we'll use, let's see, what do we want on this? A bit of that. It's kind of peachy. Let's go with little silver. You can't go wrong with silver, right? And I might just even do one little tiny one. These were just from the Dollar Tree. For this, I'll just put a little bit of glue on the bottom. Just put it there. If you don't like it there. Oh, yeah. Gonna use the Fabri-Tac. It's calling for the Fabri-Tac for sure. There we go. So one's done. So as you can tell, in the matter of minutes, you could have several of these done. Looks good. So we'll just carry on. Yeah, you just sort of start going, and maybe I'll use some music on this one. And what else? So I'm going from this to now moving on to some bits and pieces of the texture. And sometimes I'll try something and not really like it and move on to something else. Let's do that one. I like this little edge on here. And this is a pretty blue here. This is just eyelash trim, they call it. You can get it, I think sometimes you can get it at Dollar Tree, but always at like Joann's or in the yarn section. Joann's or Michael's, any of those. Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to staple it again because that's just easy. Let's see, maybe we'll put a stamp on this one. That's kind of big. Let's see. I don't want to use all butterflies, right? There's some pretty little flowers. We could do that one. Let's do that. Yeah, so yesterday I was on Julie's channel, Day Trip Vintage Co. And we actually made a little journal. If you don't follow her, you might want to check out her channel. She's awesome. She does a lot of crafty stuff. She has a Thursday craft. Oops. This is the one I made yesterday. So, and on her video, it has a list of all the supplies you would need for a beginner, if you don't know how to do it. But look how great these are. So now I could just put it right there, and it's a beautiful little tuck spot. Or you could even use it, if you glued down just these sides, you could use it as a small pocket. Just do the 3 and then tuck. And then if you wanted to put a little bling on it, you could. I think for now, I'm just going to leave this one. Sorry about the noise. We're having, our yard is being put in. They're landscaping. So if you hear something, that's what it is. Okay, this one seems a little big. I think I'll just tear the edge. Make it a little smaller for my base. Maybe I'll show that rough edge. And let's put some German. I love German book page. Oh my goodness. So beautiful. And you can go ahead and ink it if you wanted to maybe go ahead and ink it. I'll do a little bit of that with my Tim Holtz Distress ink. And just use any kind of sponge, makeup sponge. But in just a short time, we'll have a lot of these made. And then when you go to decorate your journal, you just kind of pick through your stash, which I love. And you could glue this down if you wanted, but really I don't really see that much of a call for that, so I'm not going to. And then let's see, we'll use a little bit of something out of here again. Maybe like that. Or this one. Let's use this one. Kind of show it off on the edge there. And then and you may not at times even want some of this fluffy stuff. Maybe it just doesn't work with it. So you can skip it. But I think I will cut a little piece of this. Just run it on the back side. At least try it out. If we don't like it, we'll just take it out of there. And then we'll pick a focal point. Wow, the wind has just kicked up and my husband went to play pickleball. So I bet he comes back in no time flat because I can hear the wind. That's not getting me excited there. Neither is that one. But maybe a butterfly. That's pretty. Maybe we could stick those out so that it looks like they're his antenna. Yeah, let's do that. So for this one, I think I'm gonna Fabri-Tac it. There we go. I think that'll be cute with this little antenna. If we can get it to stick out like that, we'll try. I think I'm going to take that piece off there. I'm liking it. I think I will just do a little bit of ink on the edge of that. Yeah, so I'm enjoying doing the junk journal on my channel, which is different for me. I think this is my third video up, plus the one I did with Julie on her channel. I'll link that below so that you can go see that if you'd like. Okay, that's great. If you have any questions, you can send me an email at myvagabondstyle@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to try to answer it if I know it. I'm no expert, but I enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun. This one, I think I will put a little bling on the bottom to kind of brighten it up. All these little fuzzies are sticking to my hand. Get rid of those. So let's see, what do we want on here? Put 3 of those on the top. Maybe just, yeah, let's go with that. Sometimes I just sit here and you can just really overthink it. Don't want to do that. Just move on, because you can always change it later if you don't really fall in love with it. Okay. I'm going to move these out of the way that we didn't do today. Yeah, so we already have 3 done. Let's see, I'll pick another color. So some of the bottoms I have where they are solid color, and then other times I'll choose printed paper. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so we've got that, and then we'll go for some sort of texture. What do we want to use here? It's hard not to drag everything out. Like, I tried to limit myself to a few things, because otherwise it just, you feel like you have to have everything out or you'll miss something, but you really won't. You can make it with what you have. You don't have to have a huge stash out of all your supplies, right? So let's see. What color can we drag out of here? You know what? Maybe we don't want any this time. Maybe I'll go with a little bit bigger piece of lace. The way I saw Jessica Rapp do it, she put all the items in her hand and then just, she has a tiny attacher, which I don't have here, but the Tim Holtz tiny attacher has a small staple on it, and it works great for these. The big staple really doesn't matter either. Okay, so let's go with this one. That green kind of clashes. We'll just try a few other colors here. I think that blends in too much. You know, I happen to grab a whole lot of butterflies. I think I do have something else in here, though. We're going to go with that. All right. And I hear the hub stir coming in. So, yeah, you can, hopefully he doesn't bust on in here, right? There we go. And I think for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and staple it on in. There we go. You can use it any direction you want. And I'll do one more, and then we'll we'll have them all done here. This one I might go ahead and do a little bit bigger. Let's see, we'll need a little bit larger item down here. Or we could go with this. I kind of like that. That's pretty big. I think I'll use a bigger focal point on this one. After I said I wasn't going to dig through all my other stuff, right? I'm looking for my mushrooms. I do not see them. All right, well, we'll see what we got in here. Let's do that. Okay, let's see. These stickers always give me a fit. These were my Amazon ones. Oh, for goodness sake. It's like watching paint dry here. Come on. There we go. So we'll put that one. Like right here. And then maybe you could either put a flower or, let's see. I don't think I like that with that color. That's too much. Let's go back to the butterflies. I think I need to cut this down a little bit. Oh, I hear my dog. Yeah, not liking that. I do like this, but it needs something else right there. What to do here? Try a little bit of something else. And sometimes if it's just fighting you, just let it go because it's not, maybe it's just not right. And I think what it is this is too big right here. Now, if it was Jessica, she would have just stapled it and went with it because she's like, it will work. It'll work out. It's okay. I think I like it a little better right there. And I'll just staple it all together. There you go. All right. So in that short amount of time, we made all these pretties that absolutely will look great on any of our pages. Again, you could use that as a pocket. You could cut it down a little bit if you wanted. Tuck spot. Again, just like that. or just to embellish a page. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. And please like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.